Every coffee needs a lotus.
Okay, and we're back. Welcome back, everyone. So before we call on our other two coaches and speakers, I'd like to share this with you guys. We have came up with HR Virtual Summit PH 2020. This is a live webinar series for us. In Ariva, we believe that learning should never stop. So even if we're in quarantine, we are here supporting you, still giving free e-learning sessions to our participants as a way of our giving back to the society and to our professionals and clients. And with that, we also have our partnership with Bayanihan Act 2020 and Bayan ng Mahayhay. So we're asking for your donations, for your help. We're asking for your help to help others also. The beneficiaries of this program, the donors of this program, will be the fourth class and fifth class communities in the Bayan of Mayahay. So with that, please help us help others. So start to learn and share, start to click and donate. For details, please click the link below. Okay? And moving on, we would like to acknowledge as well our participants from out of town. And they are from Aklan, Angeles City, Bacolod City. Thank you for joining us. Bacoor, Cavite, Baguio City, Batangas City, Butuan City. Let us know also where are you from so we can greet you. Cagayan de Oro City, Calasiao, Pangasinan, Capas, Tarlac, Castillejo, Zambales, Cebu City, City of San Fernando, La Union, City of Pampanga, Dagupan City, Davao City, Dumaguete City, General Santos City, Laguna, Lapu-Lapu, Cebu City, Lucena City, Malolos, Bulacan, Reyna Mercedes, Isabela, Tuguegarao City, Zamboanga City. And also, I would like to say hi to Miss Beverly Pagaling from Capas Tarlac, Mitch, Faith, Love, Hope, Joy, an FB Live viewer from San Fernando, Pampanga, and Risa Jane from Antipolo. And also, I would like to acknowledge the participants from Tourism Promotions Board. Michael Malonda, he's also with us today. So let's move on to our question and answer portion. May we call on now Mrs. Suzette Siapno and Coach Randy Esguerra. Hello again, Mrs. Suzette.
Hello. Hello.
Please success.
Co-quarantiners, hello. My co-panelists, hello. Kumusta ulit? Parang tagal
Kumusta?
natin din nagkita, no?
We miss you. Parang meron tayong convention online.
Yeah.
Diba?
That's
Okay,
right.
let's start the question. So type in your questions now. For our Zoom participants, please type in your questions at the Q&A box below. For Zoom live questions, please click the raise hand button to notify the administrator and we can acknowledge you and ask your questions live. For Facebook live viewers, type in your questions at the comment box. Okay? Let us see the questions now. So I'll be reading the present questions that we got from our participants. So for the first question from Jovel Gostillo, what would be the possible solutions and how or way to lessen our problems in terms of leadership? Sir Howell, you can, I'm sorry, Coach Randy first.
Leadership, depending on what kind of leader you are, but the most important thing, I guess, when it comes to leadership, and Sir Howell and Coach Suzette will also tell you that it's always about protecting your core, your group. It starts from there. You have your core team, which is your team, your department, your small circle, and the leader is always the person who is expected to protect the flock. He's always the person who's expected to defend them. But unfortunately, the alpha, which is the lion or whatever species that is, cannot always protect everyone. Sometimes they're vulnerable. So sometimes also being a leader means you need to be open to vulnerability, because vulnerability eventually leads to creation. It leads to courage. So it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be weak, but also at the same time, you need to be weak together so that you can be creative and be strong together. And it starts from your circle, your core, and then you start growing that circle until more and more people understand that, and they want to be part of that circle, and you become inspiring. That's the beginning of inspiration. It's not always about speaking. It's not always about rhetoric. It's about understanding that I'm here for you. I want you to be successful, and people want to be successful with you too. They support you.
Okay, thank you, Coach. Mrs. Seth, your thoughts on this?
Okay, same as what Coach Randy has mentioned, of course. All yeses to all the things that Coach Randy said. And it all boils down to your internal representations. Ano ba yung iniisip mo? Paano ka ba maging magaling na leader? It all boils down to that. So yes, that's it.
Sir Howell.
Leadership, no?
Mm-hmm. What would be the possible solutions or way to lessen our problem in terms of leadership as a leader?
Ang problema usually yung leader eh. Umayos ka. That's my answer. Be a selfless leader. Yun ang sagot natin ha. So, para sa ating lahat, let's be selfless. Kasi we're sometimes selfish. So, that's the 80% of leadership problem is about the character of the leader. That's about it. 20% skills.
Okay, so let's move in from our Zoom participants question. From Genevieve Octaviano, how will you deal with a very irritable person in your office who cause you stress at times?
Okay, is that going to be me?
Sure, ma'am.
Is that going to be me? Okay, so how will you deal with a very irritable person? I really don't know what kind of situation you're in, whether or not you have your level of relationship with the other person. But if she's a close friend of yours and he or she is irritable, it's your responsibility to educate her. Of course, educate her in a respectful way. First, you listen. Bakit ba siya naiirita? And then after you listen, you talk to her and make her realize what's the effect of his or her behavior. It's not necessary that it comes from us. It has to come from the other person. Diba ganun tayo minsan? So, okay, naiirita ka. Okay, you're irritated. Bakit? And how does that affect you? Ay, grabe. So, buong araw, ganito ako. Nakasimangot ako buong araw. Lahat sinisigawan ko. and make them realize, how does that affect you? How does that affect your family? You know, in the end, they'll be the one to, they are the ones who will see that negativity, irritability is causing more harm to them. So sila na mismo, huwag kang mag-alala, sila mismo ang hihinto sa pagiging irritable nila. And who caused your stress at times? So yun na. I hope you answered your question, Genevieve. So yun lang yun. Be empathic kasi ngayon ng COVID, 'di ba? Marami talagang irritableng tao. I'm one of them. Sometimes I lose it. Especially we are on our what? Third, ilan na ba? Hindi ko na more than a month. 2 months na. Kami dito sa bahay, tatatlo lang kami, pero alam namin yung mga trigger points. So we remind each other. Okay? So case in point, kung ang trigger point ng isa ay hindi mo pinapatay ang ilaw, i-remind mo yung isa na, patayin mo yung ilaw bago ka umakyat. So just do the same thing with that irritable person. Help him or her, make her realize the effect it has on herself, and then make her realize the solution for it. Manggagaling sa kanya yun. That's my answer to your question, Genevieve.
Okay, how about you, Coach Randy?
It's funny, no? Meron tayong mga nakakasama na sometimes can cause irritation, and we don't know if we irritate others as well. So baka tayo rin ang iritasyon. Nakakatuwa ang pinost ng ating co-speaker na si Sir Boom San Agustin kanina lang. He said, pag pinroblema mo yung problema mo, dalawa na problema mo. Right? So the question is, number one, how is that person affecting you? Do they have to affect you? We always get this in our seminars. People always say, yung office mate ko tamad, office mate ko nagge-games lang, office mate ko irritable. Pero the question is, do they need to affect you? Kailangan mo bang maapektuhan o dinadagdagan mo lang yung problema mo? That's number one. Baka hindi mo na kailangan problemahin kasi problema niya yun eh. And you don't have to be irritated by that. Now, the next question is, what if that person is close to you and nakakasalamuha mo sa araw-araw, and may yun, katulad ng sabi ni Coach Suzette, may reason kung bakit siya ganyan. So, tingnan mo, ano yung trigger point niya, ano yung nagiging cause nun, and try to understand where does it come from, anong pinaghuhugutan niya, saan siya galing, and maybe, hindi malayo na itong taong to ay nakakairita rin sa iba. Right? Hindi lang ikaw. Maaaring hindi na dapat maapektuhan ka, pero baka nakaka-apektuhan din ng iba. So, if not for telling them, educating them, show them. Show them the right way. And they won't be that forever. I don't think they're gonna be that forever unless it's given the right situation, the right environment. This person will eventually, calm down and taper down. So, ipakita mo yung tama din. Other than saying it, create that environment to make that person less temperable.
Okay. How about you, Sir Howell?
Ayan, ang ganda ng sagot ni Coach Suzette at ni Coach Randy. So I'd like to refer to the post I made earlier, maybe March 17 or so on my Facebook. Ang daming taong galit eh. Away, disrespectful. So I always believe in this mantra, and you can believe this in this mantra too. How you treat me is your karma. How I respond is mine. Kung binastos mo ako, ikaw yung bastos. Ako, respectful pa rin. Kung nanigaw ka, ikaw yung galit. Ako, kalmado pa rin. Kung ipinahiya mo ako, ikaw yung walang hiya. Ako, may modo pa rin. So, here, if people treat you and you become reactive, then they can drag you anywhere they want. It's like you putting a leash on your neck and then giving the end of that leash to one person, drag me wherever you want me to go. And if that person drags you to happiness, then that person can make you happy. If that person drags you to joy, that person, however, most of the people would drag you down the ditch and they would make you feel irritated, angry, and hateful. Therefore, my point is, I will never even be on a leash. And you can do whatever you want. How you treat me is a projection of who you are. How I reply to you is a projection of who I am.
I agree to that. So before we move on to our next question, I'd like to read lang a sharing from our participants with regards to a prior question from Divina Pedro. A leader should learn to adjust his style depending on people he leads. And with Divina Aguilar naman, I agree po sa sinabi niyo, Coach Howell. 70% character, 30% skill. Hindi mo masasabing good leader kung pangit naman yung ugali. So, thank you so much. So, for our next question, what has a great weight of a good leader? Highly intellectual or people-oriented? More emphatic? This question is from Juana Leonora Melodias. What has a great weight of a good leader? Highly intellectual or people-oriented or more emphatic? Let's start with Sir Howell.
Okay. So ngayon, sa panahong ito ang daming intellectual. 50 million of Filipinos are virologists, microbiologists, volcanologists. Why? Because we can be intellectual by Googling. What I know, you can easily Google. Therefore, yes, given na yung intellectual, but if you're proud and arrogant, I'm sorry, you cannot connect with the people you lead. Which is why, for me, what's more important than intellectual is your intention. Why? Ma'am Suzette, do you remember? Your intention will influence your action. Which is why a leader should have good intentions. They decide not for selfish gain. They decide for the wellness and safety and health of the people they lead.
This is it.
Okay. My answer to this is a balance. It should be a balance between intellect and empathy. Because no matter how intelligent you are, if you are not empathic, then you cannot expect your people to follow you. Especially at this time, I agree with Sir Howell. Emotional lahat ng tao ngayon. Konting sabihin lang ng leader mo na may misinterpret. Konting hindi lang binigay yung gusto nila, whether it be money, whether it be going back to work at once. No matter how you intelligently explain why you can't do that, they won't understand if first and foremost, you do not show that you are empathizing with them. So it's really a balance between intellect and empathy. Yan ang stand ko dyan, Miss Irish.
Thank you, Coach Randy.
It's always what we say sa ating mga coaching sessions. No matter how good your advice is, no matter how smart you are, when you start opening your mouth and talk to people, especially your subordinates, whatever good advice or order you give them, it's useless when your relationship sucks. It begins with relationships, and we can admire people because of their intellect, but remember, some of the greatest dictators of our time are also very smart people. No, the most horrible people in history are very smart people, too smart enough to the fact that they forgot about people. And let that be a reminder to all of us. And it starts with people first. Especially as a democracy, it's very important to understand na mauuna ang mga tao bago ang talino mo. And ang talino mo ay ginagamit para sa kabutihan ng mga tao. That's what it's for. But if your intelligence is not for the good of everyone else, your intelligence is useless.
Okay. So aside from leadership, let's move on to another question. This is a present question from Eugeline Valencia. Please suggest ways to debrief employees who will soon be reporting for work from full-time work from home setup to alternate flexi setup, considering we are locked for almost 2 months. So I believe this is an HR participant. Sir Howell?
Yes. I was privileged to be a moderator to all our international and local speakers, and they all agree. It's like them singing in unison. Let there be a debriefing. All of them, from the day one that I moderated this webinar, whether they are from the U.S. or Australia or Italy or Philippines, or in some parts of Asia such as Singapore, they always say one thing: when they come together, debrief. Debrief, which means ask them how did they cope with the COVID-19 pandemic, how did they manage to survive, and how they can work together, and then tell them of the new normal. Tell them that this is how we will be operating: 1 seat apart, 1.5 meters apart. There will be no more food. Just by debriefing and making them reconnect, like what I mentioned during the selfless leadership, connect before you charge. Make sure that you see your people, you feel your people, and you love your people. And when you tell them something, they will openly embrace and accept everything that you will set as part of the new rule, the new game, and the new policies of the organization.
Okay, Mrs. Set, your take on this.
Yeah, so I am all with the debriefing and all that stuff. It's very important. But my recommendation, I was talking to one of my clients right now, and we are really struggling on how she would cascade the information that she cannot entertain all of them. No, she cannot manage anymore to let everyone go to work. So yun yung problema talaga ngayon, lalo na ng mga SMEs leaders natin, di ba? So I'm all for the debriefing, but it would really help a lot if you give them get back to work letter first. So before the debriefing, bigyan naman natin sila ng personalized going back to work letter. Maganda, kumalit ka lang naman na kumpanya, sign mo, personally sign, di ba? Sabihin lang sa kanila na how you're excited to work with them again. Kasi full of negativity ang mga tao ngayon and pangamba. No, safe ba yan? And secondly we should be focusing on safety. Pagbalik nila, we have to assure them guidelines. Sabi ko nga, I'm all for the debriefing, pero ang number one natin sa debriefing natin would be assuring them that they are safe. That they will be properly equipped, that they will be given face shields, PPEs, or what have you. And then the rest will follow. Bagong guidelines natin, the words that we hear now is the new normal. We've been using that actually even pre-COVID. Yun nga yung kaganda, no? Yung isang client ko that has been our mantra, new normal, even before the COVID happened. Now that it's we just have to refocus it. It's still motivating them doon sa new normal. Iibahin lang natin. There's a lot of things going on talaga when people go back to work. But number one, send a get back to work letter, personalized. And secondly, focus on safety first. Make sure that your employees feel safe going back to work. So 2 things.
Okay, Coach Randy.
Like what Suzette said, two steps. Number one, ease it in. Ibig sabihin, wag mong biglain. It has to be a gradual process. That's why you need to start giving them feelers para nakikita na nila yung adjustments na pwedeng mangyari. Pero a very important aspect in every type of instruction, memorandum, executive order, whatever have you, is the rationale. Bakit ba ginagawa ito? And I think that's what's missing with a lot of what leaders lack. They tell people do this, do that, but people don't understand why am I doing this. They know what to do, they know how to do it, but the problem is they don't know why they're doing it. So put emphasis on that. So that's number one. Ease it in, unti-unti. Number two, give them the rationale. Why is this happening? But the most important part of the rationale is that you have to attach the message that the reason why we're doing this is we're doing this for you. We care for you, and this is for your safety, this is for your health, this is for everyone's safety, para people can rally behind that message. People don't rally behind the order, people rally behind the rationale, people rally behind the motivation. Why are we doing this? At yun ang sinusunod nila. Kasi nagiging emotional, hindi lang siya intellectual yung order, nagiging emotional na. So meron ng pagkilos kapag meron ng emotion.
Okay, thank you. We have a question from FB Live. Ms. Mirasol de Maranan, what can you advise for the leaders who are afraid of change? Thanks.
Kumare ko yan. Maring Lala, kumusta na? Taga Mendez, Cavite.
Go ahead, Sir Howell.
Fear. Well, I mentioned about fear. Make fear your friend. Kasi if fear is so big and undefined and unknown, it will overcome you. It will devour you, and you will be paralyzed, and you will be immobilized. You can never, ever make a decision or move your feet a step away from where you are right now. Which is why leaders need to be courageous. Now, make fear your friend. For example, August 20, there was an announcement about DepEd that we will be sending our kids to school August 24. Now, fear is my friend. Because fear told me, Howell, if you will let Buboy go to school, chances are he would be getting COVID and he will infect the rest of the household. So at that moment, I posted something at the Manila Bulletin Facebook page and at GMA Newsfeed, and there were hundreds and hundreds of care and love emoticons. They believed in. Why? Because fear can be your friend. So, Maring Lala, fear is not a bad thing. Make fear your friend. If you fear for the people you love and your congregation and your school and your students, you will make a decision that is not only realistically proven to be helping and protecting your people, it will also be something that will preserve the integrity of your school in the years to come.
Okay. Coach Randy.
The thing about fear and change is that it's exactly what Howell said. Sometimes there are things that don't have to change. Hindi naman lahat ng bagay kailangan magbago. There are things that could remain the same. And sometimes fear can be good because it's preservation. And there are things that need to change, but there are things that need to be preserved. What are they? Values, culture, heritage, history. And if you mow down a hero statue or the House of Rizal, I mean, it's development, but you trashed on something that needed to be preserved. So understand what is causing that fear. And change is not always good, but it is inherently good for some situations, especially for development's sake and technology and moving forward. Now, siguro the best way, if this is your boss or someone close to you who's afraid of change, they're afraid of the other side. The other side is what they're afraid of. What will happen if? So what we do in our seminars, we teach people a technique. It's called BRAIN technique. Benefits, risks, and very important, alternatives. If you can't change, what are your alternatives? And then letter I is called intuition. What is your intuition telling you? Kinakabahan ako dito. I don't feel good about this. Sometimes intuition is very good, especially for women. And very importantly is the letter N. N is all about what happens if I do nothing. If I stay the same, if I don't change, what will happen? Make a list. Kasi right now, you're second guessing, will I change or not? But if you create a list, then maybe that's a good guide for you to know if you need to move on or stay put.
Okay, this is it.
Okay, I agree with what Sir Howell and Coach Randy mentioned. Fear. What is fear ba? Fear is false events appearing real. Diba? Hindi naman pa siya nangyayari. Kinatatakutan mo na hindi pa siya nangyayari. So, I agree with Coach Randy. Get the root cause. What is causing this leader? Bakit ayaw niyang mag-change? Bakit ayaw niyang baguhin ang mga bagay-bagay? And then, I wanna also share with you WIIFM. That's not a radio station, ladies and gentlemen. It only means what's in it for me. Tell your leader what's in it for him if you change. What's in it for him if you do rotations. What's in it for him if we change the business strategy. You have to be brave also, lalo na if you see that your leader is already stagnant or freezing. Kasi maraming leaders na gano'n na lahat naman tayo wala naman nag-prepare for this. So, intindihin natin yung mga leaders din na gano'n, that they don't wanna change anything. Basta ako, ito yung business model ko, let's stick to it. Ikaw na nakakaalam, ikaw na mas alam mo ang benefits, will have the responsibility to share that with your boss. So tell your boss, what's in it for him? If we do this business model, online na lahat ngayon, sir. Paghihintayin pa natin mag-open, lahat, wala na yung negosyo natin. So you see, you just tell them what's in it for them. I hope we answered your question.
Thank you. So before I read another question, let me share with you an advice from Ms. Monina Kadpagan. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way to his or her subordinates. Thank you for that. Another one from Oliver Pertus. There is nothing to fear but fear itself. Okay, next question. If we will go back to our office after the ECQ, what are the possible topics that I should include for our mental health orientation for the new normal scheme? This question is from Jomelyn Dabu. Sir Howell?
For mental health, be sure that the people you will get to talk about it are like Dr. Randy Deliosa, who is a psychiatrist. But if you need motivation, here is a plethora of people who can do that. But on the clinical side of psychiatry, I suggest that you get someone who is PRC licensed and accredited to do and touch on the sensitive clinical issues about mental health. But if you just need is somebody to pep them up and practical things that they can already immediately apply. So that's what you need to focus on. What's stopping them, and then how can they move on, and what you can do as an organization to empower them so that they can be mobilized. So things like that are my suggestions.
This is it.
Okay. So I just love how mental health, the stigma on mental health is slowly disappearing. Because in my time, when you say mental health, oh my God, may mental health problem yan. May ganyan yan, may ganyan. But now, I'm really so happy because a lot of people are talking about that now. It's not a stigma anymore. If you say that I have mental health issues, hindi ka na makikita na ganon. No, so, yun lang yung gusto kong i-share na mabuti at naalis na yung stigma na yun. So, in terms of if that's the thing that you want to focus on, again, it all boils down to what I discussed a while ago. Positivity is really very important. When you call your people back to work, you have to help them be positive on a lot of things because a lot of things will change. And if early on, wala na sila noon, negativity na lahat, it rubs off to everyone. Mahihirapan ka na i-motivate yung mga tao mo. So that's my advice. That's my recommendation.
Okay.
Kung meron pong seminar sa inyo, sama po kami. Sama niyo po kami dyan. I love what our coaches said. True. Number one, it has to be clinical. Kasi the problem with depression is everyone claims they're depressed. Pero the thing about depression and anxiety, it has to be diagnosed. Kasi kung hindi siya diagnosed, nagfi-feeling ka lang eh. So you don't have a clear picture of what you're actually going through.
You're just assuming.
You're assuming or nakikiride ka lang na nakikidepress ka lang, no? But if you go in the deep end of depression, you don't know how it feels. It's a horrible place to be. It's the darkest place in the world. I'll tell you that. Now, my suggestion is this: the last month of 2019, kami ni na Miss Irish, we did a of seminars para sa mga companies who are scared of the future. Natatakot sila na baka mawalan silang trabaho, natatakot sila na magsara yung kumpanya, natatakot sila na baka sila susunod na ma-retrench because of what's happening. And COVID-19 is just one of them. The economy is another factor. So maraming bagay na nakaka-cause ng takot. So what we tried to do, what we suggested, and what we did for them in the last couple of months was training. We called it Spartan training. 4 na series na training. Bakit? Heart, mind, body, spirit. So kung magkukonduct kayo ng training sa company niyo, my suggestion is heart, mind, body, spirit. All aspects of being prepared for what's going to happen. And the mind is about understanding the business, understanding bakit nga ba nangyayari to at anong pwedeng gawin at anong mako-contribute ko. The heart is the clinical part. The how to understand depression and what happens during depression for people who are certified, who well known for that, no, talagang may kaalaman, no, that don't just get that from everyone else. But also yung body, so you can do your team building, whatever that is, and the spirit. You can also connect with someone spiritual who can guide you through that aspect. So kailangan holistic siya, hindi lang pwedeng isang side lang ng depression or fear.
Okay, thank you. So this question is from Ms. Aida. This is interesting. What will one do to have a peace of mind when knowing that you are financially drained during to this lockdown and the bills are piling up? Let's start with Ms. Suzette.
We're on the same boat, guys. As I've said a while ago, nobody was able to prepare for this. You made purchases na akala mo may pagkukuhanan ka pero wala. You weren't able to save because, or you might have saved a little, but then family member got sick, for example. So hindi ka nag-iisa. Lahat tayo were on the same boat. So how are you now going to deal with that? First, accept it. Huwag kang mag-escape. Kasi yung iba, no, magne-Netflix na lang buong araw. Hintayin nila, total, meron namang 60-day extension ng mga credit card. Eh. Okay lang kasi may 60-day extension naman ng mga renta sa bahay. But now is the time to really take action. Yes, it's okay to be sad. You acknowledge it. Yung sinasabi ko sa discussion ko, you have to acknowledge the negativities, pa-process yan ng mind mo, but you have to take action. So, ngayon pa lang, iisipin mo na kailangan ko bang ibenta yung mga bagay na hindi ko na kailangan sa bahay. We can do that. So, you have to take action. Hindi pwedeng ngayon ang escapism kung tawagin nila. You have to face it. So, number 1, face it. How do you face it? Tignan nyo, lista nyo talaga kung ano yung mga kailangan yung bayaran. Paano natin ito mababayaran? Of course, last naman natin dyan lagi yung manghihiram ka, di ba? Yun naman ang huli natin dyan. So now you have all the time to manage your resources, look at the things that you can sell, look at the skills that you can offer so you can get money out of it. Diba? Ganun lang yun. You have to reinvent yourself. If you are a speaker and for example, a speaker ka, trainer ka, paano mo makukuha yung earnings mo before you go online? Kung ikaw ay restaurant, how would you be able to adapt? Paano na yung budgeting mo? Mag-isip ka, kung sarado ang restaurant, online na rin yan. Magiging parang grocery ka. I have clients that did that. From restaurant, naging online grocery store sila. So, those are the things that you can do. Now is really the time to reinvent yourself. Which I would like to take this opportunity to invite everyone for my talk on May 18 about reinventing yourself, how to pivot, learn, and improve. So
yes, it's a free e-learning session from Mrs. Siapno. Sir Howell?
Galing talaga. Na-miss ko na yung mga yung negosyo ni Ma'am Suzette, di ba? Yung katapat ni Piolo Pascual. Bukas na ba yon yung mga Turks mo? Bukas
Yeah, I have
Oo.
one. It's platter wraps. It's
Yung
a
plato wraps,
kiosk
oo.
that it's available in all SM outlets. Perfectly na.
Additional
Tignan mo.
advertisement.
Perfectly
Oo.
na. Everyone
Yan
is
ang
really,
pagpipivot.
people
Yan ang
talagang will
pagpipivot.
offer online. Yun nga. So yun na, dun sa nagtanong
Pivot ka.
kanina, sorry to cut you off, Sir Howell, yung nagtanong kanina dun
Mm.
sa leader na ayaw mag-change.
Oo.
Di ba, paano yun? Di wala ka ng benta. Anyway, sige, Sir Howell.
Totoo yun. Tama. Kasi, for example, yung sabi ko kanina, reconnect with your passion, baka pagkakakitaan mo na
Yeah,
ngayon
the
yan.
skills. Oo.
In Lucban, Quezon, ewan ko kung saan hindi nauubos ang pera ng mga kababayan ko. Kasi I'm part of this group of taga Lucban, Quezon. Buhay na buhay. Yung mga home-cooked meals.
Yeah.
And so, nakita ko na just revisit your passion. I always say that the world rewards excellence. Kung ikaw yung may pinakamasarap na marhuya, that could be your ticket to new money coming in.
Right.
Kung ikaw yung pinakamagaling magluto ng empanada, that could be your new opening for money to come in. Revisit your passion. That's my take on it. And if for example, I'm sorry, a friend of mine, TJ Clariza, shout out to Sir Howell Mabalot, kindly ask what we can do as SMEs to adjust after COVID pandemic. Ito na ngayon yung pivot. Ang sarap ng kape, ito, shameless plugging. Kapeng Barako ng Batangas, hanapin nyo si TJ Clariza, nagdi-deliver po siya. Pivot. Yan. Galing, Ma'am Suzette. Gusto ko yung pivot na yan.
And also, ang sarap daw po ng fruits sa likod nyo, Sir Howell, from Coach Bernard Marquez.
Alam mo, ito, sa baba ng, di ba nakarating ka na dito? Huwag mo lang sabihin ko anong building to, madam. Sa baba, may mga kakilala silang mga taga-probinsyang nagdadala ng mga produce nila. Binibenta sa murang halaga. Natutulungan ng magsasaka, nakakakain kami ng sariwang prutas. So, pivot pa rin. Ang galing nyo.
Thank you, Sir Howell. Coach Randy?
Suzette, pautang po.
Sabi ko, we're on the same boat, di ba?
Okay. Hindi, mas malaki yung boat mo eh. So, saka gold yung boat mo. Anyway, a Chinese friend of mine said, kami ay nag-aaral. Sila daw mga Chinese, sabi niya, kami ay nag-aaral para magnegosyo. Tayo daw nag-aaral para maging empleyado.
Tama.
So, ang nangyayari kasi is yung mindset natin, hindi gulong-gulo tuloy tayo at this moment na wala yung employer and employment. Samantalang yung iba, innate na sa kanila yung pagiging entrepreneur. At natutuwa ako sa mga taon.
I think we lost the connection from Coach Randy. Okay. So let's just move on to our next question, our last question. While we're waiting for Coach Randy. Okay. This question is from an anonymous attendee. How do we encourage and engage colleagues that are usually detached with the rest of the team? Probably this is going back to work. So, Sir Howell?
Okay.
Ma'am Suzette, na-discuss natin to yung detached, yung naalala mo yung sa selfless leader, yung ayaw niyang, so tatanungin mo, gusto mo bang, bakit ka detached? Ayaw mo ba? Hindi mo ba alam ang gagawin? Wala ka bang technology? So it could be attitudinal, it could be skills issues or knowledge issues, character issues. So ask and at least empower the person. So, and this is a very important question you can ask. This morning, Ma'am Sally mentioned about beautiful questions, a book about beautiful questions. What you can ask yourself is, what will it take for you to work well with your colleagues? And the answer, when you ask the person that question, the answer will be coming from the person herself. So, again, the secret here is, and the open secret here is converse. Have an intimate conversation about how they feel, about what will work and what will not work. And when you make that, like what I mentioned, connect before you charge, you see them, you feel them, and you usher them so that they will be integrated fully into the working system, like a clockwork.
Okay, so Coach Randy is back. So the question, Coach Randy, how do we encourage and engage colleagues that are usually detached with the rest of the team?
Well, why are they detached? May mga tao talagang detached. When I had that talk last January about leadership, one very important thing is this. Ang personality mo pala ay sumusunod sa isang klase ng personality din. So may mga tao na detached for a reason. They're not very outgoing, they're very introverted. So iba yung approach para sa kanya. And hindi mo siya maaasahang sumama sa outing, hindi mo siya maasahang sumama sa company dinners and all of that, no. It's just their nature. You need to respect that. And try to see what is that thing that connects with them. Ano yung sabi nga ni Ma'am Suzette kanina is trigger points niya. It's probably that conversation that Howell was talking about, and it's one-on-one. You can't do it in public. It has to be intimate. It has to be personal with that person. Kasi nga, hindi siya socially attached. So, meron siyang connection. And minsan, what I learned is that introverted people are more drawn to extroverts. Ulitin ko, no? If, introverted people respect extroverts. And that might be your people skills working for them, but it has to be an intimate conversation. It has to be personal. And again, it has to be relational.
Thank you. Mrs. Seth?
Okay. So there's a wide range of meaning when you talk about detaching. So maraming klase kasi, detached in what way? We are talking about introverts and all, and consider them being detached. Well, that's one. But we have to fully understand the person first. Unang-una, tanungin muna natin yung sarili natin, di ba? Why did we consider that person being detached? Para sa iyo ba, bakit mo siya ni-label agad na, etong taong to detached? You have, before we can say that to a person, you have to understand first, bakit kaya hindi ito umiimik? Kasi that's a problem rin minsan, di ba lalo sa panahon ngayon, nung panahon namin, pag magulo ang bata, sabi mo, ang gulo-gulo mo. Ano ba, ang hirap mo mag-concentrate. Ngayon, dahil sa daming label, anong sinasabi natin pag magulo ang bata, pag hindi makapag-concentrate, ano yung usually term na ginagamit? May naalala ba kayo?
ADHD.
Tama, di ba? Uy, tignan mo, may pagka-ADHD ang anak mo. So it's really very important that before we label someone, we ask first ourselves, totoo bang detached siya? Baka naman malungkot lang siya. No? And then we have the acronym CASH, di ba? We all know this. It's knowledge, attitude, skills, habits. Tingnan natin, kausapin natin siya kung close naman tayo. Kumustahin lang muna natin siya. And then from there, let's find out what's bothering that person. Starting from the knowledge, meron ba siyang challenge dahil may bago bang aaralin? Must be the attitude of that person. Sobra siyang apektuhan ng COVID, kaya dati siyang masayahin, dati naman siyang extrovert, pero because of COVID, ang dami niyang nasa isip. So again, focus on those things until you get to the bottom of it, and that's the only time you will be able to help that person.
Okay, thank you. So just would like to share with you some FB Live comments from Sir Eric Manalo. I remember your seminar, Coach Randy, you mentioned they may not like each other, but they can respect one another. So thank you. Okay, and hello to Sir Ricky, Mr. Ricky De Vera. Okay, as much as we wanted to accommodate all of the questions from our participants, due to lack of time. So now we may ask for your last few words, parting words, nuggets of wisdom. Let's start with Coach Randy.
Thank you again, everyone, for joining us. And I want to acknowledge also our other two speakers. And you guys did a great job today. I just want to say to everyone na may pinagdadaanan ka right now. And lahat tayo. And sometimes we can get so embroiled in what we're going through. Pero siguro, let's not forget that there are people who are going through so much more. People who are sick, people taking care of the sick, and people preventing others from being sick. So, may pinagdadaanan ka, okay, wag mo nang tambayan, but also at the same time, if you can help, help. If you can't, stay at home. Always prioritize what is the most important thing, your health, your safety, but also your faith. Make sure that you're held up together. Try to create a balanced lifestyle kahit na nandiyan ka lang sa loob ng bahay, but also at the same time, never forget to pray. And pray, if you are going to pray, pray for the ones who are also out there. And let's always pray for them.
Thank you, Coach. Mrs. Suzette?
Again, thank you for inviting me, and thank you to all the participants here at Zoom Live, FB Live, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Maraming salamat po. I hope you learned a lot. Thank you, Sir Howell, Coach Randy, and of course, Madam President, Miss Irish.
Miss Irish.
Ang saya ng ating session. I would just like to leave everyone with this. As I've mentioned during my discussion, yun ang iiwan ko sa inyo. You have to focus on yourself. Style your mind, focus on yourself, because if you want to help others, you have to help yourself first. Sabi nga ni Coach Randy, ang dami nating gustong gawin. But how can we do that if we do not take care of ourselves? Don't forget the basic recipe that I've shared with you. It's really very easy to do if you're in a difficult situation, if you're having migraines, if you're sad, if you're fearful. Just do those 3 steps and it will do you wonders. Good afternoon, everyone, and see you again on our next webinar.
Thank you, Mrs. Suzette. Sir Howell?
Thank you, Ms. Irish, for inviting us and letting us work together. It's a pleasure working with Ma'am Suzette, Coach Success, and Coach Randy. And, well, referencing my slide, my second to the last slide a while back, trees stand alone. Bamboos stand together. So I suggest that you strengthen your support system. Call your mom, call your dad, call your kids, call your neighbors, call your brothers and sisters from all parts of the planet, and let them know how much you love them. They may not be able to help you financially, but their emotional support and prayer will be enough to strengthen you so you can make it through the storm. And not only that, whether you look at the scriptures of our Muslim brothers or our Christian sisters and brothers, Muslim brothers and sisters, regardless of whatever religion, the ultimate goal of everyone when we talk about spirit is peace, whether Old or New Testament. So let peace be with you, and let that peace of God that encompasses all understanding be with us by being at peace with ourselves, at peace with our neighbors, and at peace with our Creator.
Amen. Agree to that.
Thank you. Amen.
In behalf of Ariva Academy, thank you so much to our dear speakers, to our 3 coaches. Maraming salamat. My takeaway from your 3 presentations is acknowledge, accept, and arise in coping in these uncertain times. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'll see you
Bye.
soon.
See you.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Okay. And for our participants, please share with us as well your key takeaways so I can read them. Okay, before we end our e-learning session, we would like to acknowledge some of our win-win partners in making this e-learning session possible. Thank you to our official media partners, Art Plus Magazine, digital media partners, Focus Media, Globaltronics, City Advertising Ventures, Outcome, Elevate Media. For win-win partners, thank you to Brother, Faber-Castell, Glutacy, Moringa O2, KFC, Mr. Donut, Tokyo, Lotus Biscoff, Boss Job, Sir Technology Inc., Finma Properties, Salary Jet. Thank you, Ilawi Korea, Kitosan and Carpool Consulting, Enchanted Kingdom, Disperse, Cosmotech Philippines Inc. And if you want to place your ads here, advertise your company, your services, your logo, please email us at marketing@ariva.com.ph. Don't forget to like us on Facebook. It's Ariva Academy Philippines Inc. So please scan this QR code. This will be directed to our Facebook page. So don't forget to like us. It's Ariva Academy Philippines Inc. And if you want to watch the replay of our previous sessions or today's e-learning sessions and this morning's e-learning session, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's Ariva Academy and Ariva Talks. It's a library of e-learning sessions that we had. So please share this to your colleagues, to your boss, to your office mates. This is the time for upskilling and retooling. So take advantage of this. For our upcoming online learning sessions, please visit our website. It's www.ariva.com.ph. HR Virtual Summit Bounce Back HR. So we have invited international and local subject matter experts to share with us their wisdom in the HR field. This will be tomorrow. We would like to invite you another e-learning session from Mr. Ronaldo Torla, Best Practices on Human Resource Planning During Uncertain Times. This is best fitted for our HR professionals out there. So please join us tomorrow morning. Don't forget to register 10:30 to 11:30 in the morning. We would like to invite you on our e-learning masterclass, Online Selling from Home, How to Use FB, IG, and LinkedIn for Your Business. This will be tomorrow, 4 to 6 p.m. We have invited the Asia's Millennial Guru, Mr. Jonathan Yabut, to discuss this session. On Friday, May 8th, we will be having Mr. Roger Collantes, an international guru. He will be discussing "Don't Waste a Good Crisis, How to Thrive, Not Just Survive During a Global Pandemic." Another e-learning masterclass, we have invited Attorney James Chu. He will be discussing data privacy concerns during a pandemic, protecting personal data in the time of COVID-19. This will be on May 11th. 3 to 4:30 p.m. Don't forget to register. Another e-learning session, COVID-19, Google and You, boosting your productivity using Google tools. This is interesting, guys. This will be on Tuesday, May 12, 3 to 4:30 p.m. And we have invited Dr. Ed Canela. Another live webinar series for ACOS. This will be on May 13, Wednesday. Solutions-oriented leadership, how to survive and thrive during a crisis. Share this with your bosses, with your executives. We have invited an international speaker, Dr. Rick Goodman from United States. Another e-learning masterclass, we would like to invite you to Thinking Customer Intimacy Strategies During the Pandemic. This will be on May 13, 3 to 4:30 p.m. And we have invited Professor Ricky De Vera, Certified International Consultant and Facilitator. Another e-learning masterclass, Leading a Work-from-Home Workforce, How to Manage and Develop Remote Teams. This will be on May 14, 4 to 6 p.m. And this will be discussed by Mr. Jonathan Yabut, Asia's Millennial Guru. Another e-learning session, live webinar series for ACOS, Find Your Voice of Resiliency so that you lead with confidence. We have invited Mr. Paul Larson from USA to talk about this. Don't forget, May 15. If you want to customize an e-learning session exclusive for your team, for your company, invite our Ariva partner speakers, invite our international guest speakers, please do reach me at 0916-695-4418, or you can email me at irish.arivaacademy@gmail.com. And that's it, guys. Hope that you learned a lot and hope that you will be able to share this with your colleagues and will be able to apply this in your work when the new normal comes. Okay? Thank you so much for joining us today. Again, this is Irish Malonda Samson in Ariva. It's all about being better. Please stay home and be safe. Thank you so much, guys.
You know what I'm saying? Happy